Frederick and I were out for a ride on Los Osos Valley Road on the backside of San Luis Obispo. We passed a farm that had piles and piles and piles of pumpkins and winter squash. I said, "Oh, honey, we got to turn around." So we turned around and went back. And the man who was operating the stand at the time knew all kinds of stuff about winter squash. And you just have to find somebody who knows what they're talking about. This man was wonderful. Now, the interesting thing was it's a working farm for people recovering from different kinds of addictions. And so we felt real good about shopping there, but it was even better that we got all these different varieties with some information about the different squash. Now, it's really helpful to know that pumpkin puree and squash puree those terms can be used interchangeably. So this is a Blue Hubbard squash. You know, they're so ugly. Sorry, didn't mean that. They are just not as attractive as some of the other squashes, and I'm sure that people don't buy them because they look at them and go, "Oh, what's that?" This Blue Hubbard, I am told, is what goes into most pumpkin empanadas. Oh, really? Pumpkin empanadas are not pumpkin. They are Blue Hubbard squash. Why? Because the meat is dense and orange. It's sweet, like pumpkin, only even better than pumpkin because it doesn't have the same moisture content in it. Isn't that interesting? Another one is this that I'm told is called Long Island cheese. Also a dense, sweet squash. These little guys are actually pumpkins. We picked them up at the same place. Sugar pumpkins. This is the kind you would make a pumpkin pie with. Low moisture content, high in sugar, wonderful color. And then there's this little guy, and the butternut squash. All of these are squash that you can bake, scoop out the pulp, the meat, puree it, and have some wonderful material for baking, for making soups, for casseroles, all kinds of things. So look for a stand or look for some place with a great selection and find somebody who can talk to you and get a real education on these things. We are going to be doing pumpkin empanadas with our Blue Hubbard squash. Can't wait.